Hi, everyone. My name is Sean Thomas, and my teammates Kyle and Lauren and I have spent the last 6 months working on a project that we're excited to share with you today called Foresight. Contract work in America is on the rise. As we continue to transition to a gig-based economy, more and more jobs are being converted to contract-based employment. This brings advantages and disadvantages. Workers have more flexibility over their scheduling and report greater feelings of independence. But at the same time, they lose the stability that traditional employment provides, including health insurance, retirement plans, and easy tax deductions. Contract workers in creative industries are at the forefront of this trend. Painters, carpenters, AV technicians, sign makers, and other craftsmen have long operated as contract workers, renting their services for hire. We researched the lives of these creative contract workers, or makers as we call them, to understand their financial attitudes and behaviors. We began our research in October 2019. We met with 18 different makers and gained a deep understanding of their approach to work and their emotions around financial decision making. We kept in touch with them as we developed our idea and incorporated their feedback into our design process. This led to the creation of our product, Foresight. Foresight exists to create a world where independent contractors have the financial stability they need while doing the work that they love. Before we dive into details about our product, we're going to share some findings with you that guided our design process. This is Rick. He's a sign maker, and he recently switched to independent contracting because he wanted more autonomy and creative control over his work. This desire was echoed across the larger population of makers that we spoke with. Makers like contract work because it gives them freedom to control their schedule and allows them to dedicate more time to their art. We learned that makers aspire to be independent so that they can pursue their creative passions, and this led us to create a guiding design principle to respect makers' independence by allowing flexibility for individual lifestyles. This is Nina, a prop maker for TV and movies. As an independent contractor, she's responsible for finding projects, scheduling, financial planning, and actually doing the work. Most of the makers we spoke with did not view themselves as business owners, and they were often surprised and overwhelmed by the details of business administration. Many kept handwritten records, which were difficult to reference and made tax planning a struggle. Here are some of the record-keeping methods that they shared with us. Pete is an AV technician who keeps a schedule in his notepad. Rodney's a sculptor who tracks his finances in his notebook. And Jared is a fabricator who handwrites his own calendar. We found that makers are unsuspecting business owners and that their skills often do not prepare them for administrative work. And this helped us form our second design principle, which is to reduce the mental load of tax preparation. Finally, we learned that because contract work is so unpredictable, makers had difficulty planning beyond their next job and their next bill. This caused problems when trying to quickly raise money for large expenses such as taxes. Many would only start planning for taxes a month before they were due. One maker we spoke to, a painter named Becca, told us that she didn't have the money she needed for taxes last year, and now she's on a tax repayment plan to make up for it. Because contract work is unpredictable, makers end up focusing on the present and have difficulty planning for long-term needs such as taxes. So we wanted to find a way to integrate tax preparation into their routine workflow. These three principles guided the design and development of our product, Foresight.
Foresight combines invoicing and tax saving to provide freelance workers with an easy way to save for their taxes. We provide peace of mind to these workers who must navigate complex tax filing protocols, giving them a tool to be proactive in their tax preparation without adding to their administrative burden. Let's take a look at Becca, the painter on a tax repayment plan. We can explore how her experience will be different this year after signing up for Foresight. Foresight makes saving for taxes easy. We've designed a simple set of questions that helps her to accurately estimate the taxes she will owe. She's also provided with a breakdown explaining how her taxes are calculated. Without Foresight, Becca miscalculated her taxes and came up short. Now, with Foresight, she knows what percentage of her income she needs to save. Knowing what to expect in taxes helps makers plan appropriately throughout the year. With this simple step, Foresight gives makers peace of mind with the knowledge of what they will owe and sets them on a path to save accordingly for their tax requirement. With that off her mind, Becca can focus on the work she loves. She's able to easily send invoices to her clients using Foresight's simple invoice template. With every invoice, she encounters the savings slider, which is set up to link her payment to a checking account and a tax savings account. The savings slider defaults at Becca's estimated tax withholding of 22%, so she doesn't have to think about how much she needs to save. Her client provides payment electronically and the funds automatically deposit into her two accounts. But we know that makers have unpredictable incomes, and that makes it difficult to always save the exact amount. When work slows, Becca may need some of her income for rent and bills, and the savings slider allows for that flexibility. It can be adjusted lower when money is tight and set higher when makers want to catch up or get ahead. Studies have shown that creating a small hurdle to opt out of a situation decreases the likelihood to do so. That's why we default to the target goal. We wanted to make staying on track for taxes simple and effortless, similar to traditional employment, while still having the flexibility to adjust as needed. Foresight also helps makers prepare for taxes by consolidating their records into one organized location. They can easily identify unpaid invoices and automatically send reminders to clients for payment. And the dashboard takes the mystery out of how far ahead or behind they are in their tax savings, using real-time earnings information. With Foresight, saving for taxes is made simple, giving Becca the confidence she needs to work without worry.
It was really exciting and validating to hear from our users as they interacted with our designs and prototypes. Charlie, a graphic designer fairly new to the world of 1099 contract work, told us he would be very disappointed if he wasn't able to use this app. Foresight was taking something he found extremely daunting and making it much more simple. Rodney, who's been working as an independent contractor for several years now, was really intrigued by that savings slider. He struggled in the past with forgetting to diligently set aside a portion of his income for taxes, and he told us that Foresight would really help him with that. Feedback from users also confirmed the findings of our competitive analysis. Foresight occupies a unique space in the marketplace with its combination of invoicing and savings functionality. This makes it a potential one-stop platform for independent contractors who must currently juggle multiple applications to keep track of their work and their income. So we're currently sizing and scoping our product with developers. Phase 1 will culminate with a go live of all of the functionality we just shared with you today. In phase 2, we'll be working to build a strong predictive model that provides users with real-time tax forecasting. This will involve incorporating features that make expense tracking simple, user-friendly, but comprehensive. And finally, we believe that there's room to grow our user base to include contract workers outside of creative fields, and we hope to expand our product to suit their needs as well. Creating Foresight has been an eye-opening experience as we learned the difficulties that makers and other independent contractors face. We believe that with our product, we can give the financial stability they need to save for taxes and peace of mind that comes from knowing they're prepared. Foresight helps makers plan for the future. It allows them to focus on doing the work that they love without getting bogged down in the work that they don't. And by building a culture of goal setting and saving, we hope it can serve as a catalyst to help makers actualize their dreams. Thanks to all of you for joining today and to everyone who participated in our research over the last 6 months. A special shout out to Jay Musax, who allowed us to use photos of his murals for our slides earlier. If you would like to keep in touch or learn more about Foresight, please visit our website to sign up for updates, or feel free to send any of us an email. We'd love to connect. With that, I'd like to say thanks again from Kyle, Sean, and me. We'll be holding questions and comments until the end of the presentations today. So if you have anything in mind now, please write it down. We really look forward to discussing it with you. Thanks again.